Hi, so my name is Ashwin. This is my pattern recognition project for my EEL 6825 course. My project is an interactive pattern recognition system using linear discriminant analysis. So let us take a look at what my project is about, and then we will go for a live demonstration. As an overview, we are going to see about the background of the project, the various algorithms that I have used, the data sets that I have used to train my project, the summary of the existing algorithms, as well as I have implemented my own algorithms to this project, which I have listed under the proposed algorithm section. We also take a look at the scope of the project and the future work that can be done to improve this application. If you take a look at the background, we need to create an interactive e-commerce application that gives users a great shopping experience. People usually think of shopping as a very tedious task, but my application can allow the users to shop for the products from the comfort of their homes. And this does not compromise the in-store visit in any way, because we have used techniques like pattern recognition and augmented reality to bring a great experience to the user. So in this project I have identified and selected some of the very popular pattern recognition techniques which would help in building an application from which the users can shop from their homes, and the experience is similar to an in-store experience because they can try out the products of their choice from their homes. So the main important steps that are used in this application is the first step is face detection and recognition. My application is simulates a store for eyewear. So here face detection and recognition would be the first step. The next step, user selects the one of the eyewear that he likes from the collection displayed. In the third step, the eyewear that the user has selected is placed over the user's eyes. The fourth step, the user gives feedback about the collection of eyewear that is displayed to him. And finally, upon subsequent visits for the same user, we need to show some smart suggestions depending upon the previous feedback obtained from the user. Some of the algorithms that I have used in this application are Haas classifier's algorithm for face detection, where I use Viola Jane's object detection method. For face recognition, we have two popular choices: eigenfaces using principal component analysis or Fisher phases using linear discriminant analysis. I have opted for Fisher phases for this application. I will list down the reasons in some time. I've also used augmented reality to place the eyewear over the user's eyes, and I've used feature extraction for this purpose. There are two datasets that I've used to train this application. The first is for the facial recognition part. Now I used a sample dataset from the AT&T library. It contained 10 distinct images of 40 individuals and 10 images each of 40 individuals. So to bring about a sharp distinctness among the different images, each image was taken at different lightings, at different angles, with different expressions and even different detailing. Some people wore eye patches, some people wore glasses. So we need to include all possible scenarios in our dataset. And I also have an eyewear dataset. Even upon extensive searching, I could not find a suitable eyewear dataset in the internet. So I found 10 images from Google search and I created my own dataset. And in each of these images were initially at different sizes. I have scaled them down to the same size. I have also made sure that the background is uniform for all 10 images by setting them to white. I have chosen 5 corrective glasses and 5 fashion eyewear for the eyewear dataset. Again, so the next algorithm that we are now, I'm going to explain in detail about the algorithms that I have used. Like I said earlier, face detection mainly depends on Haar feature selection using the Viola Jane's detector. The steps involved here are creating an integral image, then AdaBoost training is applied, and finally I use cascading classifiers. In the Haar feature selection, I need to select the distinct features from the face. You can take a look at the example that I have provided here, where the Viola Jane's detector method is applied to a set of rectangles. You can see that in the live demonstration. The initial image is constructed using the integration from the below formula. AdaBoost training ensures only the relevant features are retained and the irrelevant features are not dealt with. So I am interested only in the eye portion of the user because I am going to place my eyewear over his eyes. Cascading classifier reduces the burden of continuous tracking. It makes sure that the focus lies only in the significant region, that is the face in our case, and it doesn't really bother about whatever is in the background. Using Haas classifiers, a rectangle is mapped onto your face, and similarly a rectangle can also be mapped surrounding your eyes. Using the vertices from these two mappings, the position for where you need to place your eyewear is obtained. Next, we see the face recognition algorithms. Like I said, eigenfaces using PCA and Fisher faces using LDA are the popular choices that we have, and let's focus on Fisher faces because that's what I'm going with for this application. Here I try to minimize the variance within the class while maximizing the variance between different classes. This would result in optimal separation of data because of the LDA concept. Next, eigenfaces also have another implicit problem associated with it. What happens if one of the axes that eigenfaces deals with is encoded with information about the light and not about the face? Then we have a problem. Eigenfaces method could result in incorrect results, and this would in turn affect our application. So I have used only Fisher faces for this project. The scatter matrices and the projection W are calculated for the Fisher faces algorithm using the above formulas. And another thing that is good about Fisher faces is it is class specific, so the accuracy totally depends on the quality of the input data sets that you have used to train the algorithm. And for this purpose I have extensively trained the algorithm with all the 40 images in the data set. Like I said, the facial data set was used to train the Fisher face algorithm. The images from the training should actually match the test images both in size and in color representation, but that is not possible in this case for my live demonstration because I don't have the actual people with me. So I have only simulated the behavior of the algorithm for the demonstration purposes. So once I have found out the required coordinates where I need to place the eyewear is then resized and placed over it. The background of the eyewear is initially set to white. So what I do now is I find the white pixels in the image and I replace it with the pixels that is in the live video that is in the background of the user. I now repeat the process for every frame in the video and a smooth motion is obtained. Some of the additional functionality that I have introduced on my end is the user feedback. User feedback is very critical for this application because that allows my application to know more about the user. So if a user likes multiple eyewear from Nike, then in his subsequent visit it would be better if I show him eyewear from Nike alone than going for a rival brand. If you look at the scope of the project, interactivity is a major feature that is missing in all e-commerce applications. I have tried to bring interactivity to this application, and augmented reality has helped me a lot to achieve this. Augmented reality still has a huge potential to be tapped into in the shopping industry. Currently you can see augmented reality everywhere in the entertainment and the gaming industry. Like everyone must have played Pokemon Go, right? And another important thing is augmented reality is really different from virtual reality. It is because virtual reality creates a environment around us, but augmented reality simply augments additional information to the existing environment around the user. Like in this case, for example, the main drawbacks associated with this project is the use of two-dimensional eyewear images. While this application does work very well, it might not look very attractive because I have not used three-dimensional images that would be used with OpenGL. But this is because this lies beyond the scope of this project and this can be implemented as a future work. This application simply serves as a prototype to be used in future builds. Thank you. Now let us take a live demonstration. So this is the CSV dataset where this is a CSV file where I have the dataset of the 40 users, but I cannot replicate the user's face here, so I'm just going to use my face instead.